Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Cole from Cole Sports. I got my little Redskins blanket on me because we're back for another mock draft 2.0. So let's get into it. First, for the Cincinnati Bengals, I do have them going Joe Burrow, quarterback out of LSU once again. I mean, you can't pass up on a generational talent here if you want to call him one. But again, he's only been this good for only 1 year. We haven't really seen him the last 3 years of his career if he's a senior, I'm pretty sure. But he's just an amazing guy. An amazing quarterback. Unless the Cincinnati Bengals want to go somewhere else at quarterback in free agency, that's the only way I see him passing up on Joe Burrow. So next we have my Washington Redskins. I have them going Chase Young, edge out of Ohio State, just like my other mock draft. I mean, you can't say it's not our biggest need, but we're really just going best available with the number 2 pick. Probably start him, get Ryan Kerrigan to sub out, a few plays here and there. But again, if we want to go by needs, we could go Andrew Thomas or Jedrick Wills at offensive tackle. But I think we do go Chase Young if he's available. Next, the Detroit Lions. I have them going Isaiah Simmons, linebacker from Clemson. This man can do everything. He can play the edge. He can play safety. He can play linebacker. I mean, he's just like a Taysom Hill, but on the defense. He can do lots of stuff. And last time I did have the Lions going Jeffrey Okudah, but I think if they do keep Darius Slay and maybe sign somebody in free agency to be another quarterback, they could go Isaiah Simmons here and get possibly the next best guy in this draft. Next, the New York Giants. I have them going Andrew Thomas, offensive tackle out of Georgia. They need to protect Daniel Jones. He fumbled a lot last year, and if they can just protect his blind side, he could grow to be a good starting quarterback. I'm not gonna say anything great. I'm not gonna say anything like Hall of Fame, but if they do secure the offensive tackle and some other positions to help out Daniel Jones, he could become a really solid quarterback. Next, the Miami Dolphins. I have them going Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback out of Alabama. Again, I had him go in my last draft to here. Honestly, they could go Justin Herbert or go a different position if they wanted to and maybe get like a Jordan Love later in the draft or later in the round. But I do have them going Tua. I think he's been their guy ever since the start of this season, or maybe even last season too. But I don't think you could pass up, again, another generational talent if you do want to call him one. The injury history hasn't been the best, and that could, make him fall down the draft board and maybe get taken by maybe like an Oakland, maybe Indiana, maybe even Tampa Bay if he does fall that far. Or honestly, he could fall to Miami's second pick, possibly if it's by injury. But I really doubt it, so I do have Miami going Tua. Next, I have the Los Angeles Chargers going Justin Herbert, quarterback out of Oregon. So we've all heard the news, most likely, that Phillip Rivers has permanently moved his family, at least, to Florida. So I'm thinking maybe if he does want to go to like a Tampa Bay, or maybe I doubt Miami or Jacksonville, but maybe Tampa Bay, he could go there. But I don't think he's coming back to Los Angeles. Maybe for a year, let Justin Herbert get mentored by Phillip Rivers and see if they can do anything from there. So that's who I have going for the Chargers. Next, the Carolina Panthers. I do have them going Derrick Brown, defensive tackle, or inside defensive lineman from Auburn. You could possibly say maybe Jeffrey Okudah could go, but I think they need to help out their pass rushing. Their cornerbacks honestly aren't too bad. They got James Bradbury and whoever's on the other side. I mean, they're not too bad, but I think, Derrick Brown makes just the most perfect sense. Makes the most sense with this pick. Luke Kuechly's now gone. They need help on the defense. Even though it can't be Isaiah Simmons at linebacker, they could really help out there with Derrick Brown. Next, I have the Arizona Cardinals. I have them going Jedrick Wills, offensive tackle out of Alabama. They could put him at left tackle or right tackle because, he's mainly played right tackle, but, maybe if they want to go ahead and switch him there. They need to protect Kyler Murray. Even though I know he's mobile, he still has to have those those times where he can stay in the pocket, cool, calm, and collected, and get those dots. And if he can do that, he could be, possibly a Russell Wilson, possibly even better. So that's who I have going for Arizona. Next, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars getting Jeffrey Okudah. You could say this is a big steal. He's a cornerback out of Ohio State. Jeffrey Okudah could be, probably is going to be a really good replacement for Jalen Ramsey. AJ Bouye, he's not getting younger, and they need that one cornerback that can really help out their defense and eventually be the leader of the defense like how Jalen Ramsey once was. So that's what I have going for Jacksonville. Next, the Cleveland Browns. I have them going Mekhi Becton, offensive tackle out of Louisville. They tried to trade for Trent Williams from my Redskins at trade deadline. We didn't accept any offers because he showed up to practice. That's dumb, but that's a whole different thing. So they really don't have an offensive tackle that can protect Baker Mayfield from the blind side. And, this could be their replacement for Joe Thomas, who was an amazing offensive tackle. So I do have Cleveland going Mekhi Becton. Next, the New York Jets. I have them going Tristan Wirfs out of Iowa. I mean, I'm going to say he's just an offensive lineman because he could play tackle. People put him at guard, so they could do it anyway. But if they want Sam Darnold to be their franchise quarterback, they need offensive line help. You could say they go wide receiver, but what if they do bring back a Robbie Anderson and their wide receiver core is fine? They could sign someone else from free agency possibly, or maybe draft a wide receiver late in the round or draft. So I do think they have to help out their offensive line if they want Sam Darnold to be their franchise quarterback. Next, I have Las Vegas Raiders. I have them going Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver out of Alabama. They need help at wide receiver if they want Derek Carr to possibly be the quarterback. Or maybe later in the draft, they want to possibly draft, if they can, a Jordan Love or, maybe an Eason. I forgot his name, but Eason. But I think a wide receiver could really help out their wide receiver core, and they could have not bad wide receiver. Yeah. So next I have the Indiana Colts. I have them going A.J. Epinesa, edge rusher out of Iowa. If they get A.J. Epinesa, their defense is amazing. They have Darius Leonard, Rookie of the Year last year. But no, A.J. Epinesa is a really good edge rusher that could really help out the Colts, get that pass pressure on the quarterback, and get the running back. So that's why I do have Indiana going A.J. Epinesa. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I have them going safety Grant Delpit out of LSU. They don't have the best safeties. They're not bad, but I think with most of the quarterbacks gone, they really can't take a quarterback here unless they want to go Jordan Love, but I do have him right now at a second round projection. So if they get safety, they could really help out their defense. If they go ahead and bring back Jameis Winston, they could wait maybe the second round or third round they get a quarterback. So Grant Talbot, people say he's going to fall because of his tackling. His tackling's not bad, really, so I don't expect him to fall out of the first round. So that's why I do have Tampa Bay going Grant Talbot. Denver, I have them going CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver out of Oklahoma. They really have only one wide receiver that really affects the offense in Courtland Sutton. If they can get a CeeDee Lamb, they could really boost their offense and help Drew Lock if they want to use him in his further development and take lots of pressure off Courtland Sutton, Jake Butt, and Noah Fant, and also Phillip Lindsay if they go ahead and get CeeDee Lamb. And he's just an electrifying receiver. He's fast, There's just a lot to him that could really help the Broncos. So, next I have the Atlanta Falcons going K'Lavon Chaisson, edge rusher out of LSU. Atlanta, they do need help on defense. If they can get to the quarterback, they could really help the safeties like Keanu Neal, Trufant, and their DBs, linebackers. So that's why I do have Atlanta going K'Lavon Chaisson. Next, I have the Dallas Cowboys going Javon Kinlaw, inside defensive lineman out of South Carolina. I have him going to Dallas because, they do have, Michael Bennett. They have Jalen Smith as a linebacker, DeMarcus Lawrence on the edge rusher. But they really could help solidifying their inside on the defensive line so they can have pressure going all around, coming from the outsides, in the middle, so the quarterbacks can't escape. And if they do go Javon Kinlaw, they could really help out their defense and possibly win them the NFC East this year. Next, I have the Miami Dolphins with their second pick. I have them going running back Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin. I had him going here in the last draft. I mean, you could say DeAndre Swift does go here, but I think they will go Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor looked really good in the college this year, especially for the first half. He just was electrifying. You couldn't stop him. I wouldn't say he slowed down, but for me, I didn't see too much of him in the highlights and stuff like that. But that still doesn't mean he's not good. It's a battle, DeAndre Swift or Jonathan Taylor or J.K. Dobbins, who's going to go first. But I do think it's going to be Jonathan Taylor, Wisconsin running back. Next, the Oakland Raiders, or Las Vegas Raiders, with their second pick. I have them going linebacker Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma. This is to help out their defense. They tried to go Vontaze Burfict and see if he can help. Got suspended for a nasty hit. He can't. He just wants to hit. But guys, that was where they cut out. So so that's why I have the Las Vegas Raiders going Kenneth Murray. Next, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have them going Henry Ruggs the third out of Alabama. They have DJ Chark, they have Dede Westbrook, but if they can get Henry Ruggs, an electrifying wide receiver, to help out Gardner Minshew's development, if they again do want to go with him to be their franchise quarterback, if they get Henry Ruggs, that could really help them out. If Leonard Fournette can stay healthy, their offense could be a really good offense, and they could focus on offense instead of a really good defense, but both really works, So Philadelphia Eagles, I'm going T. Higgins, wide receiver out of Clemson. I mean, they need a wide receiver, okay? They tried to bring back Deshaun Jackson. That didn't work, got injured. Whoever their other wide receiver is, who they drafted, I'm pretty sure this year, he didn't really turn out to be an amazing player, but he was only a second or third round pick or something like that. But if they can get someone like T. Higgins to go get a guy, he can also catch. That could be a really wide receiver and really help out Carson Wentz if he maybe ever has to roll out the pocket, or if he stays in the pocket. He could be a really good wide receiver and possibly, be his number one receiver if Zach Ertz, I don't know, goes down or something like that. Next, I have the Buffalo Bills select Laviska Shenault Jr., wide receiver out of Colorado. Oh my gosh, Colorado. 3 wide receivers going back to back, but the Buffalo Bills really do need it. They brought in Cole Beasley, they brought in John Brown as a stopgap for now. They traded Zay Jones to the Oakland Raiders, so I think if they do go Laviska Shenault, he could really be a really good playmaker. He can catch, he's fast, he's a big wide receiver, but he's still really fast. He's a really good playmaker, and that's going to really help out the Buffalo Bills because Cole Beasley and John Brown are on the older side. So if they can get a young wide receiver, they could be in business helping out Josh Allen. Next, the New England Patriots. I'm going Cole Kmet, tight end at Notre Dame. It's they really do need a tight end. They went through a lot of tight ends this year since Gronk's been gone. Keep going through tight ends, injuries, going through tight ends. They really need that one tight end that can be the next Gronk, and I think Cole Kmet could really be that. So, next, the New Orleans Saints. I have them going Justin Jefferson, wide receiver. A lot of wide receivers going in this round, but it's it's still early, so maybe something comes up in free agency. They send a wide receiver, they might have another need. So, but Justin Jefferson, wide receiver out of LSU. If they can get him, it would take some pressure off Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Jared Cook, Latavius Murray, and some other wide receivers, and they could really spread the ball around a little bit more because the defense is known. Michael Thomas is going to be the number one receiver no matter what, really. And they're going to be more focused on him, double-teaming him. So if they do get somebody like a Justin Jefferson, they could really help with their passing offense too. Next, the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going Trevon Diggs, cornerback out of Alabama. He is the younger sibling of Stephon Diggs. So, that's not the only reason, but it's not really the reason why. They need a cornerback. Xavier Rhodes is getting older. He's slowing down. He's getting injured. And, he's not the cornerback he used to be. And this makes really good sense for the Vikings. This is a big physical cornerback that Mike Zimmer loves, and he can really help him out and fit in his system well. So that's why I do have the Vikings going Trevon Diggs. Next, the Miami Dolphins with their third and final pick in the first round. I have them going Austin Jackson, offensive tackle out of USC. They get Jonathan Taylor, and now if they get an offensive tackle that could really help out their offense, help out the run game, help out the pass game, and protect Tua, get the holes there for Jonathan Taylor. This could be possibly a really fun offense to see next year if you really think about it, because if if Tua stays healthy, he's going to have not bad receivers. He's going to have also Kenyon Drake, tight end Mike Gesicki. This could be a fun offense to watch. The reason why they might lose a little bit is because of their defense if they do this in the first round. So I do have them going Austin Jackson. Next, I have the Seattle Seahawks. Christian Fulton, cornerback at LSU, go to the Seahawks. It's a really good corner. Their cornerbacks aren't too good. Their DBs aren't too good. They did trade for Quandre Diggs this year. The one Griffin brother, I think it's Shaquille. Yeah, Shaquille. He's not bad. He's probably the number one cornerback, which is not really the best. So they need a cornerback to pair up with Shaquille, and their cornerback situation could be locked up for maybe a few more years. So that's what I do have going for Seattle. Next, I have the Baltimore Ravens. I have them going Yetur Gross-Matos, edge rusher out of Penn State. The reason why I had him fall this far is because there's been some rumors around how he might be involved in some hazing, so he might have done stuff to the younger and the freshmen, people from Penn, possibly players or students in Penn State. I'm not too sure about that, but if that's true and it's proven to be true, he might fall at the first round, possibly fall down the draft board, possibly out of the first round, and possibly could be out of the whole draft. We don't know yet. If Baltimore does go, Yetur Gross-Matos really could help out their defense. Now they have C.J. Mosley. No, not C.J. Mosley. I forgot. Do they? No, but it could really help out their linebacker core and their defense. They have Marcus Peters. They have Marlon Humphrey. Their linebackers aren't too bad. It's just, I think they could really help out their pass pressure. And, yeah. So, next I have the Tennessee Titans. I have them going Curtis Weaver, edge rusher out of Boise State. Again, their linebackers are good. Their DBs are good. If they really want to solidify this defense, it's possibly one of the best defenses in the league, they got to get the edge rusher. They got to go attack on the edge, maybe get a few guys, draft maybe like an inside defensive lineman later in the draft. But if they do go Curtis Weaver, that could really help with their defense. And again, be more of like a Jacksonville defense we saw a few years ago and got them to the AFC Championship like we did see this year. And possibly if their defense does get better, and that we could see them in the Super Bowl next year. Next, the Green Bay Packers. I have them going linebacker Patrick Queen out of LSU. Green Bay's defense needs help. They got their cornerbacks. They got their safeties. They got their edge rushers. Their linebackers are really ones that need the help. They have Blake Martinez, another linebacker, but they're not the best. And if they get Patrick Queen here, they could really solidify their defense. And a few years from now, they could have again maybe one of the best defenses in the league, possibly top 5. So next I have Kansas City. I have them going DeAndre Swift out of Georgia. He's a running back. They really, I wouldn't say committee, but they really need a running back to possibly pair up with Damian Williamson. Pretty sure that's his name. They do have LaShawn McCoy, but we barely saw him. And if they do go someone like a DeAndre Swift and Damian Williams, that can be I guess you could say 1-2 punch, but it's not like really good running backs. But put one in, other one take a break, put the other one in, other one takes a break, like the 49ers kind of do. Maybe eventually go to committee. I doubt it, but I think they start off with like this and maybe let DeAndre Swift, let him have the starting job like they tried to do with Kareem Hunt. But again, he eventually got in trouble, so they cut him. Next, the final pick in the draft, the San Francisco 49ers. I have them going Xavier McKinney, DB out of Alabama. He can play corner. He can play safety. I probably mainly have him maybe play safety. They have Richard Sherman, but the other guy still needs to be figured out. And if they do go Xavier McKinney, he could be the guy there. But if they do put him at safety, they have to get rid of Jimmy Ward or the other person that they do have. And that could really help out their defense also with another good DB. So that's going to end it for my mock draft part 2. I hope you guys enjoy. And Cole Sports, and I'm Cole, and I'm signing out.